The privacy rule provides methods of de-identification to make health information available for research and other non-treatment purposes. De-identification rules are covered in Section 164.514. Subsection A is the standard for converting PHI into data that doesn't identify anyone. Only PHI is subject to HIPAA jurisdiction. When all identifiers are removed, there's no HIPAA jurisdiction. Identifiable means there's a reasonable basis to believe information can be used to identify a person. Subsections B and C are rules for de-identifying and re-identifying PHI. Subsection D is the minimum necessary rule. Subsection E regulates limited data sets. A limited data set is partly de-identified PHI associated with an agreement. Fundraising and underwriting is regulated by subsections F and G. Subsection H is the standard for verifying persons who receive PHI. The first method of de-identification is the expert determination method. An expert uses statistical and scientific methods to make the information anonymous. The more common method is the safe harbor rule, where 18 identifiers are removed. Identifiers A through R are categories of information that can be used to distinguish individuals. The person disclosing the information must not have actual knowledge the information could identify someone. A limited data set excludes 16 identifiers and retains some geographic information and dates. An LDS can only be used for research, public health, or healthcare operations. The recipient must sign a limited dataset agreement. Subsection C is the standard for re-identifying de-identified PHI. Now we'll examine de-identification of PHI in the town of Single Peak. This town was chosen for a clinical study on children's suntan lotion. Gold Tone is the manufacturer and sponsor of the study. The company is recruiting young subjects exposed to intense UV radiation. Factors like high altitude and snow put children at high risk for adult melanoma. Research coordinator Goldie has an appointment with Priscilla Pruitt.
Hi, my name is Goldie. Thanks for agreeing to participate in the study.
You're welcome. Let's go into the conference room.
Thank you. As you know, our clinical study involves children from age 6 through age 17.
How will you protect the privacy of my patients?
We remove identifiers from the PHI. Our data is limited to age, gender, ethnicity, skin type, diary information, and results of 3 skin exams.
I have a couple of patients who could be identified by that data.
Do you have actual knowledge of information that could be used to identify a subject of our study?
Yes, there's Dee, a teenager who works in our office after school. She has genetic risk for skin cancer. She loves science and really wants to participate in the study. Everybody knows her birthday is Flag Day, June 14th, because her mom throws a party for the whole town.
Those identifiers shouldn't be a problem because we only record the age of the child, not the birth date. Since Single Peak's population is less than 20,000, we remove the first 3 zip code numbers to enlarge the population. Unique identifiers are less likely in a large population.
Okay, but I should tell you about another case. There's a boy who works at the coffee house. He's an African-American albino. His appearance is unique, and his trio is famous with lots of recordings.
That's not a problem. We have methods of mitigating the risk of re-identification. We could suppress the ethnicity value, or use a general value like the word other instead of black.
Do we need informed consent for the study?
Yes, I'll bring consent documents to our next meeting.
By the way, I'm serving on the hospital fundraising committee. We're looking for companies to sponsor the bike fiesta for children's health. We have games in the plaza and bicycle races. Our sponsors include my office, the coffee house, the Chamber of Commerce, and the newspaper office.
This could be good advertising for Gold Tone.
The hospital attorney said our targeted fundraising campaign can draw information from the hospital database, including 6 categories of PHI. We can create a list of addresses to send advertising to families with positive treatment outcomes. We have to provide an opportunity to opt out that's not too burdensome. They mark a box on the admission form, or they can make a phone call later.
That sounds like a good idea to me. I'll ask Gold Tone to make a charitable contribution.
De-identification methods can unlock data contained in PHI. When PHI is completely de-identified, it can be used for any purpose. Limited data sets can only be used for research or public health purposes. A covered entity may use 6 categories of PHI to engage in fundraising for its own benefit. However, individuals must be given an opportunity to opt out of fundraising contacts. Thanks for watching. We have more tutorials coming. Thank you in advance for comments and suggestions.